So we're here today because we believe that in unity, we can actually stand strong. We believe that in unity, Ukraine can win. We've seen it. A few countries get to pull support away, and suddenly Europe comes together. Suddenly Europe says no more. Finally, maybe Europe decides to stand strong. Europe decides to send weapons, peacekeepers, money, support, hopefully to cancel the debt, as we just chanted. But we need more, because today we still see hesitation. After more than 3 years of war, we still see countries hesitating on whether to stand by Ukraine, hesitating on whether to stand against Putin's invasion, occupation, bombardments. We still see countries weighting the price of human life against the potential profits from minerals. How is that still the case 3 years on? How is that still acceptable? It isn't. Because we know that a Russian peace is no peace at all. This is not the first time Russia has invaded, occupied, bombed, massacred civilians in Ukraine. It happened in 2014. It happened again. And it will happen again unless we stand strong, united with Ukraine, for Ukraine. It's insane that we still have to debate this. It's absolutely insane. Russia doesn't want peace. It wants control. It wants to rewrite history. It wants to erase Ukraine's independence. It wants to expand its imperialistic agenda. It wants to continue to invade. So when people talk about peace but refuse to support Ukraine, what they're actually saying is not peace.
Correct.
What they're actually saying is, give Russia what it wants. Let the aggressor win. International law doesn't matter. The UN doesn't matter. Ukraine doesn't matter. We don't matter. The richest matter. The most powerful. The biggest aggressor. I don't know about you, but that's not a world I want to live in.
No. No.
A world where Putin is left unchecked after invading over and over again, after destroying cities, after destroying futures, lives, livelihoods, is not a world I want to see 5 years from now. Because it won't stop. A world I want to see is a world where Ukraine wins. A world where Ukraine is rebuilt with the profits from seized Russian assets, where the debt is cancelled. I want to see a world where our forces, world forces, not just European. I think his time step of the coalition of the willing is a good first step. It's not enough. Why just Europe? As the speaker before mentioned, it's a war against imperialism, occupation. It's not Ukraine only. It goes from Ukraine to the DRC, to Palestine. We've seen countries that are invading, occupying, and nothing is stopping them. Right now, we're seeing the most powerful country in the world, the US, that gets to pull out last minute of promised support, and nothing happens. Clearly, this is a failed world order. How can we live in a world where Russia gets to veto every time there's a discussion about Ukraine? Still has a veto power at the United Nations. How is that the reality? It's completely insane. It's completely unacceptable. But I actually have hope after this depressing thing. I actually have hope. Because I think that Trump, with all of his madness, with his cozying up to dictators from Putin to Netanyahu to all of the others, is giving us an insane opportunity to say, no, we'll actually stick together. We'll actually stand together for every freedom struggle systematically without failing. We'll support militarily. We'll send peacekeepers. We'll support financially. We'll support politically, diplomatically. We will sanction, put embargoes, kick those terrorist states out of the United Nations. We'll do everything that is needed. Now is the moment to do this. And for this, we need the coalition of the willing, but more. We need every country on earth to stand together with Ukraine. So let's start by canceling the next visit of Trump, by boosting the coalition of the willing, and by protesting every single time until this happens. Slava Ukraini!
Yeah.